Flood tide. There is a tide in the affairs of men which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the journey of their life is bound in shallows and miseries. The quotation from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar reminds me of the day I came to terms with my husband's Alzheimer's disease. Much worse incidents have occurred since then, but none more poignant. I came home from school to find the kitchen faucet running a steady stream. My husband, who had once been able to design a whole house as well as plumb and wire it, was standing beside the sink, highly agitated. "Let's turn off the water," I said to soothe him. He had been having trouble remembering elementary procedures. The neurologist had diagnosed Alzheimer's disease, a degenerative brain disorder. "I can't." I reached behind him and turned the faucet. No matter which way I turned it, the water continued to gush out. Harold was growing more and more frustrated. Somewhere in his brain was the idea that it was his responsibility to fix whatever was wrong, but he did not know how to go about it. "Let's go downstairs and turn off the water," I suggested. As we descended the stairs, I realized that the house that had seemed to run itself, because it had been designed and built so well, would soon have all sorts of things breaking down. I had never paid much attention to the Saturdays Harold had puttered in the yard and in the basement. The nearest I had come to helping him was to turn a faucet on or off when he requested. We came to the door to the crawl space that had the access to the plumbing under the washer, the kitchen sink, and the bathrooms. "Go back to the cutoff valve and turn off the water," I reminded him gently. "I don't know where it is." Suddenly I realized I didn't know where it was either. It dawned on me at that moment how far we had progressed downward in the last 2 years since the doctor's diagnosis. The tears finally came that I had not shed when the doctor told me the disease would be debilitating, progressive, and ultimately fatal. I held on to him and cried on the shoulder that had been my shelter for 35 years. The smartest, gentlest, most capable and honest man in the world was dead, and he had left me with a mentally handicapped child to care for. He patted me comfortingly on the back and hugged me with the love I could feel was undiminished, still unaware of why I was crying, but sympathetic as he had always been. I wiped my tears on the corner of his open shirt collar, passed through the door into the crawl space, walked through the trench he had dug in the dirt floor so he could work on the plumbing standing up, on the gravel he had put in the bottom of the trench so he would not get his shoes dirty, to the cutoff valve. I turned the valve to cut off the water, drove to Kmart, bought a new inside gizmo for the kitchen faucet, came back, read the directions, and fixed it.